Hello everyone, my name is James, also known as Space-Time Badass, bringing you another dream vlog from Team Lucid Dream. In this dream, I find myself walking through a vacant house, and a really nice house, and out of the blue, nothing triggered it, I just realized I was dreaming. And so I decided to explore this house further, and find that I really am alone, except for when I get to the living room, there are a couple of dogs running around in the house, and they're kind of like creepy dogs. One of them was like standing in a doorway in darkness, and I was just like, okay, that's kind of weird, I'm gonna go this way. And then after realizing there's not a lot going on and feeling kind of uninspired in the dream, I decide to lie down and go to sleep with the intention of finding myself in another lucid dream. So I do that, and I wake up in a hallway of some other building, and this is more of like kind of an industrial kind of building, and it's just this really long, weird, dank hallway. And as I'm walking through this, I start smelling pancakes, which is really weird. I ordinarily don't experience smells in lucid dreams or dreams in general. It's just a sense that I don't ordinarily deal with in my dreams. So I follow the smell, and in this weird industrial hallway, there's a door with that's like an open door into a little diner, and there's a few people sitting at the bar eating their pancakes. And so I go up and I'm like, hey, I'd like some pancakes, and the help here is really bad, and they're just like, yeah, whatever, and they're going on with their conversation. So I'm like, alright, this service sucks, I'm going somewhere else. So I leave that room, and then I walk a bit further down the hallway, and there's this little alcove. And when I get into this alcove, there's this little trap door on the floor. So it's got the kind where it has this handle that's like flush when against the door, and so you pull that up, twist it, and then the door will open. And so it's like to this crawl space, and it's just utterly, completely dark, and it's at this point I get this kind of nightmarish vibe, and so it's like, if I go in here, some scary shit's gonna happen. And at that time in my lucid dreaming career, I was not ready for the scary stuff, so I just kind of avoided that at this point. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I close that, and then I just find another place to lie down and go to sleep, again with the intention of waking up somewhere else. And so I do that, and this time I wake up and I find myself on this kind of volcanic, scorched earth battlefield. And it's really weird. Like, I wake up and I'm in like, I wake up and I'm in a sleeping bag, and I look around, and like all of the earth around me is just smoldering, burnt, black, except for there are some cracks here and there that actually have lava flowing through them. And there's actually a really big volcano in the distance that has some lava coming down, but it's way far off, and it doesn't seem to be a danger presently. So I stand up and I'm looking around, and when I look in one direction, I notice that there are a ton of troops that are outfitted in this medieval gear. So lots of troops, foot soldiers, that sort of thing, just walking in their suits of arms with all of their swords and that sort of thing. And they're marching, and I look in the other direction, and there is an opposing force, and some of them are actually orcs. So I find myself in the middle of this battlefield, waking up with two lines of knights and whatever getting ready to fight orcs. And as I'm watching this, they start to collide around me, and like the excitement from that actually ends up waking me up, because it's like the clash of swords and shields and people getting stabbed and blood, and I'm like, I'm not part of this, guys, this is not me. But yeah, I got kind of flustered from that and actually woke up from this dream, and that's really the extent of it. So I thought I just wanted to share that dream with you guys, because it was kind of interesting, and specifically I haven't talked about something that I do actually really frequently, which is going to sleep in the dream with the intention of waking up somewhere else. It's a great way to actually change your location without having to do too much, and it's a really good test to see if you can stay lucid from the transition between one space and another, because there is the risk of closing your eyes, which does risk losing the dream, or losing lucidity at least. And if you can maintain lucidity from going to sleep in one dream and waking up in another dream, we know we're not actually going into another REM cycle, so it's the same dream. But if you can stay aware during this kind of blank space between the two, I think it's really good practice for staying aware in your dreams in general. As well, I think it's really interesting because this is actually an old shamanic technique, and I don't remember which peoples pioneered this, but it was a thing where apparently there's a certain amount of layers you can go down. They call them layers in this belief system as well, but the idea, I think it's 10 or 13 times, but you're supposed to go to sleep in your lucid dreams, and then every time you wake up they consider it a different layer, and the further you go they think you're traveling the spirit realm, and the further you go they say the harder it is to get back, and the more dangerous it is that you could actually be lost in the land of kind of the dead. Healers in their time would actually use this as a way to try to help people, so I just find it really interesting and fun to try for that reason, if nothing else. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget that you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Team Lucid Dream, as well as join on our website at teamluciddream.com. As always, if you have any lucid dreaming questions, put those in the comments section down below for a chance to have your question answered in one of our Friday Q&A videos. And until next time, keep dreaming.